everyone, and welcome to another royal reading. It's a quick reading this afternoon. I'm just jumping on to YouTube because has been at it again, and really upsetting Americans by all accounts from the comments that I'm seeing around on social media anyway. The reason being that he's shown up in Hawaii on Veterans Day, Veterans Day, Remembrance Day. Sorry, I know Memorial Day is something completely different. But he has shown up at the Pearl Harbor Memorial, the USS Arizona, and being shown around by big shots, being followed around by the official Navy photographer. All, of course, he has been looking allegedly for somewhere to show up in the US for what I know as Remembrance Day, the 11th of the 11th. Didn't have any luck. He was definitely excluded in the UK. But now suddenly Hawaii. A lot of angry people on social media, angry Americans. It's one of the most traumatic days in American history, Pearl Harbor. And so what is Has-Been doing there? We'll find out. I am using, let me show you. I have to cobble the box back together quickly. The Radiant Wise Spirit Tarot, a standard Rider-Waite tarot deck, Radiant Wise Spirit Tarot. I'm going to do a quick 5-card reading. And as I drop the mic on the floor, just to see what's going on. What's he up to? Why is he there? Where was she? Because no sign of Meghan. No sign of her at all, and allegedly he's trying to reach out to Prince William and saying he can help with earth shots, but only him alone, no Megxie. So something's going on. So where was she? Why wasn't she around? She, of course, posted that lame photo of them at the Invictus Games in April that everyone immediately saw through and sort of jeered at. What's really going on? There's speculation that this might be linked to Better Up. They seem to have a deal with the US military, or trying to get a deal. I'm not sure exactly. And because I'm not sure exactly, I have to remind you that this is a tarot reading for entertainment purposes, or just speculation, or just my opinion. And for some reason, I've got to turn the whole deck around and keep shuffling. Sometimes these weird things happen. And then we're going to find out what impact this is going to have on his popularity in the United States. Because, as I say, some angry people out there. One more shuffle. And then we'll do a 5-card reading and see what Has-Been is up to with the US Navy in Hawaii. And the dog has started his chat. Just like to vocalize during these readings, even though he's out in the garden in a howling gale. Very strong wind blowing here, hot, angry wind. The kind of wind that brings fires. A little bit early in the season for that, but never say never. There we are. There are our 5 cards. And the underlying energy is the 8 of Cups in reverse. Seeing this card a lot lately too. 8 of Cups upright, walking away from your troubles, putting them behind you. Pack up your troubles in your old kit bag. But in the reverse, stuck. Can't move on, can't let go of things. He can't let go of this connection that he has with the military. It's his only meaning, it's his only thing that he feels good about himself for. He's a pretty rotten polo player, in my opinion. And what else does he have? He only has this. He wasn't wearing his medals mercifully. He wasn't walking over graves even more mercifully. She wasn't there, best of all. But still, this is somebody who is stuck and can't let go, can't move on. So tell us the heart of this situation. I think we've already seen it. He wants to be seen at celebrations. It's hardly a celebration, but at events that are family kind of events. And by family, I mean the great military family. He likes to be part of that. He doesn't want to be part of the royal family, but he does admire himself. He does see himself in a heroic light when it comes to being part of servicemen and women, people who have gone out there and done their bit for their country in terms of putting on a uniform and going and fighting. A lot of people do other things, medical doctors, aid workers, stuff like that, teachers even, loads of people do things, go out and do things for their country. But he wants to be seen as part of this. He wanted to be seen at the Remembrance Day service. Laying a wreath wasn't allowed. He wanted to be at other events in the US, wasn't allowed. So next best thing, get on a plane, private jet, no doubt, unless the Navy actually flew him out there, wouldn't surprise me, and showed up at basically, I'm not being pejorative, but a tourist attraction, a place where people go to look and remember and to think and to imagine what it was like that awful day in December in 1941. So I'm not being insulting, but I'm being insulting to him. I'm not being insulting to anyone else. I'm not being insulting to the memorial itself. I'm just saying that he's basically a tourist being taken around showing the sights, really, unless there's something more sinister going on, but we're going to ask that. So first question, why was he there? What was he doing there? The devil in reverse. He got away from her. He had to go to Hawaii to get away from her. He seems to be going all over the place to get away from her. The devil is somewhere where you are stuck. We've got stuck energy here as the underlying energy of this reading as well. Something you are stuck to, an addiction, a bad habit, something toxic that you can't break, free yourself from. It can be drink, drugs, bad temper, sex, a bad relationship, a toxic relationship. It can be a hostile view of things, an attitude, a world view. But he is trying to get away from her, and she routinely comes up in my readings, and I know she routinely came up when I watched other tarot readers before I started my own channel. She routinely came up as the devil. He's trying to get away from her, literally going as far away as he can. He seems to have a new suit, or maybe it was the suit that he wore at the funeral, I can't remember. But dark suit, not that horrible light grey thing. And there he was. So that's literally what it's about. On the surface anyway, we'll dig deeper and find out, where was she? She's already shown up, but where was she? Why wasn't she there? It's a secret silence. We're not allowed to know, but we do know because of rumours. Allegedly, the separation. Lady C, Bookworm, a lot of people have come out on social media and said they've heard stories that the two are not living together. He has gone. Sussex Princess on Twitter is still trying to portray them as the happy couple. She pretty much outed herself as being the wife, but secret, silence, mystery. But as I say, we know. So what's going on behind the scenes? Is this a business deal? Is this to do with Better Up? Are we going to see some kind of video on the 7th of December showing Has-Been and talking about trauma and all that rot that he likes to go on and on about? His trauma pretty insignificant compared with the trauma people experience on that particular day and in the years that followed, because that of course was the event that brought the United States into the Second World War rather conveniently, and I will say no more on that topic. So what's going on? A partnership that's broken. This is not a happy business deal. If he's there because he's trying to do business, he's trying to put deals together, he's failing dismally. It tells me rather that he might be trying his luck, but he's failing. If he's been sent out as a salesman, as the chimpo for Better Up, this is a failed mission. Two of Wands in reverse, a joint venture that's come adrift, a partnership that's come adrift, plans unraveling. This is not a positive card. If he's trying some kind of a stunt for December as part of his book promo, good luck, Has-Been. He is literally a has-been in this reading. I'm delighted to say. And I said it with an angry wind blowing. The outcome is really in terms of his popularity in the United States. What impact is this going to have? He is, of course, the Chief Impact Officer. What impact is this going to have on his popularity in the United States? How are Americans going to take to this? The Chariot. They see that he is using this for his own personal ambition. It doesn't tell me that they're going to be all adoring and lining the streets as he goes past in some sort of procession. The Chariot is about ambition. Pure and simple. That's what the card is. It's about your own drive, your own determination. You've got goals that you want to get to. You whip those horses or those sphinxes and you combine them. You combine the yin and yang energy and it gains momentum and it shoots you forward. So they see it. This is not a hostile card. It's not a negative card. It's not nearly the kind of negative card I was expecting to see, quite honestly. But they see it for what it is. And they see it as being part of his own plan, his own PR for his book, for his, possibly his book tour. That might be when we see this coming out in December, because the book, of course, is coming out in literally a couple of months. And so we're in the countdown. The PR has got to be starting round about now. If he's going to sell this thing, Penguin needs to sell it. It needs interviews, not with James Corden. They need him out and about. They need him to be seen without her because she's toxic. Can't be seen with her because if he's seen with her, no one will buy that book. So he's got to be seen in a better light. He's got to be seen with the military, with the Navy. He's got to be seen as being youthful and dynamic and positive and enthusiastic and driven and charismatic and all the things that the Chariot is about. But they see it. Americans see it. Not, the worm hasn't turned yet. It's certainly turned on social media. It hasn't seemed to make a big splash yet, but I caught it early this morning in South African time. We're, of course, many hours ahead of you in America. So our day is finishing, your day is just starting. It may get noticed now, and it might impact the energy. At the moment, this is where the energy is. Not terrible, but let me tell you, the rest of the reading is terrible. Really is terrible. He's running away. She's gone. His business plans are failing. His partnerships are failing. Personal as well as business partnerships are failing. His plans are unraveling, and people are seeing him for what he is. His ambition for what it is. That is your very quick reading today. Thanks for watching. Thanks for all the birthday wishes. I do appreciate it. And I won't be around tomorrow. I'll try and pick up this read again on Wednesday, Thursday. I'm going away for a few days, but the cards will be going with me. I'm interested to see if she shows up in London for the GQ Awards. That's all gone very strangely quiet. So I might try and do a reading on that in the next couple of days. Thank you again, and goodbye.